Feijenpoort, the gateway to Rotterdam South. From mercantile town to port city to maker city with tech innovation, Rotterdam predicts a 15% increase of population by 2035. The city aims to reshape the economy by expanding towards the south. Situated at the bottleneck between Rotterdam North and South, the site gets its name by integrating Feyenoord with Poort, the Dutch word for gateway. The site intersects 8 neighborhoods, majority of which are from the Feyenoord district. The district accommodates some of the most ethnically diverse populations, yet has the lowest quality of life in Rotterdam. Here, a railway line causes the site to be disconnected between its east and west. The west part is characterized by homogeneous housing and broad lanes. In its future plan, the ambitions aim to connect the district to Rotterdam's new centers. The proposed skyline will establish the new stadium as the focal point. It introduces a new tidal park and high-rise harbor, which overshadow the existing buildings. However, the plan doesn't address the diagonal axes into the rest of the neighborhoods. To tackle Feyenoord's disconnection with the rest of Rotterdam, Feijenpoort will adopt a new phased mobility strategy. The current Rotterdam Zuid train station will be phased out. The municipal proposal will be upgraded with a new hierarchy. The Metro F will be rerouted, intersecting with another new line at the new station. The master plan takes into account a possible east-west connection between Feijenpoort and the Erasmus University campus. Cars, pedestrians, and public transport will be provided for, and will therefore relieve traffic pressure from the neighboring bridges. The mobility strategy aligns with the historical urban structure and will be developed into the convergence zone. From the convergence zone, axes of diverse characteristics will radiate and flourish throughout the whole site. To achieve the convergence zone, the mobility hub overlaps different forms of streets to connect flows and events at different scales. As the existing commercial backbone, the Beyer-Lanselaan axis will become pedestrianized. The intergenerational gaming center on this axis will connect different age groups through gaming to reduce loneliness and increase social cohesion. The PlayCycle project will address the issue of juvenile nuisance. Along the canal axis, play facilities will be created from recycled local waste. The project will further link the landscape and cultural scene in Hart van Zuid to the convergence zone. Between the two axes, a new boulevard to celebrate local and international culture will be created, and extend further to the park along the train tracks. A compelling green belt and active waterfront introduce new qualities and connect to the ecological and green network of Rotterdam. In order to freely develop youngsters' minds, the Academy for the Arts generates well-being through a new creative and green environment. The strip connects climate adaptation and circular community production projects in the neighborhood. De Kuip is being repurposed as a biofuel research and conservation center to facilitate Rotterdam's energy transition towards a more localized and less trade-dependent future. A new tidal park and water bus route will connect the research center to the agro marketplace. The marketplace promotes localized production within the agro, tech, and creative industries whilst linking to the vibrant Afrikaner markt. Both projects work towards Rotterdam's sustainability goals whilst connecting to innovation centers at a city, national, and international scale. New housing strategies are proposed throughout the site to revitalize the pre-war residential housing stock, particularly along the canal and green axes. The collaborative housing initiative aligns with Rotterdam's societal trends towards decentralization through a participatory housing strategy. The open housing system creates adaptations to the closed housing block to accommodate for localized densification and dilution. Both projects will improve the standard of living in Feijenpoort, but can be applied throughout the city. The new transportation systems aim to reduce the existing car dependency on site. New cycling routes, car and bike parking facilities will connect to new and existing public transport routes, making transitions between transport modes easier and green zones throughout Rotterdam more accessible. With our proposal, Feijenpoort is envisioned to become the gateway of Rotterdam South.